Hello and welcome to another episode of Some Gear No Idea. In this episode we're going to be fixing a pair of Plantronics gaming headphones. These are, I think it's the wire that's faulty. I've plugged them in, getting absolutely nothing. So what I've done is I've bought a replacement wire and we're going to try and replace it. We're going to try it. Definitely try it. Whether we'll succeed or not, I don't know. So I have tested these already. I haven't confirmed it's the wire, but looking at the wire, it's been compressed in various places. It looks a bit split. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to start by removing these ear cups. I'm going to remove them both. I don't need to, but I'll just remove them both anyway. And it looks like it needs a small Phillips screwdriver, or two things, isn't there? So I think there's Phillips and there's Posi drive. Not actually quite sure what the difference is, to be honest. But we'll get these undone. Put that to one side so I don't lose it. That one, that looks like the same size of screw, so should imagine that all these screws are exactly the same. I mean, to be fair, what I could do is, instead of ruining a replacement cable, I could run my meter across them, I suppose. Let's have a quick look at that. So from this, let me just see if I can zoom in a bit to move my control across, and zoom in. So it looks as if it comes through this wire into here, and it's four cores. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then from that it obviously feeds each ear cup and the microphone. So I don't think I have any way of, see, I'll rest it against that. Okay. So if I get my meter and I put the meter on continuity and get the meter leads, then hopefully I should just be able to touch that. Right, okay, so that works. That's nothing. That one, nothing by the looks of it, by the sounds. Let's check that. Yep. Let's make sure that's there. Try that again. Yeah, that one's okay. Them two are okay. No. I'm not sure if you can hear that or not. And I don't think I'm going to be able to... Let me just move my microphone. I'm just going to move my microphone and I'm going to put it towards the meter. Just see. I'm just wanting to see if you can hear it. Let's just spin that right. Now, I'm not sure if you heard that or not, but it was like it was really struggling. But on this particular one, if there's any resistors or anything, I mean, this here just looks like a straight pass-through. So it's almost like it's just a bit of circuit board that's the equivalent of a chock block. So what I need to do is I need to make a note of which one of these are in relation to this plug, really, and write that down. which would make sense. Now I'm going to do that off camera because it'll take too long and it's reasonably boring, just me writing stuff down. So I'm going to do it off camera. And then what I've got is I've bought a replacement plug. And my idea was just to cut the end off and replace the wire. Now I appreciate it's not a red wire, but I think there should be more than adequate to replace it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just make notes of where these wires go, and then we'll move on. So I shall be back in a moment. Hello, so welcome back. Okay, so what I've done so far is I've just quickly unsoldered these things. Let's just adjust the focus slightly. That looks a bit better, I think. Yeah, so I've just quickly unsoldered this wire now. What I did notice though was that it's. I thought that this was just a four-core wire, but it looks as if there's more cores, because this earphone is running directly from this wire as well, and I'm not 100% sure why. I mean, it's faulty anyway, so what I'm going to do is just grab a knife, and I'll just see if I can gently slice down here and just see whether I can open it up, and just to find out whether, you know, there are more, if this has got more cores in than I expect. I mean, I'm assuming it's got left and right, but I don't know how that works, because all on that circuit board was it's just a pass through on each side. I mean, I thought they'd put that on just for a bit of convenience, you know. So there's four. One. You know, these wires are so reflective and tiny. So there's 3 cores there. So this is a 5-core. 2. Oh, okay. Does that throw a spanner in the works? Tell you what. See, I'm not sure what to do. I don't really want to destroy this. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't that expensive. It was a couple of pounds, I think. So we're not talking mega bucks here. But I should imagine that that's just got 4 cores in it. You know, it's just a 4-core cable, which is again what I thought. I just grabbed this one. Which is what I assumed when I looked at it, that one to be. In fact, you can see that it's split there actually, which could be what the problem is. What I'll do is I'm just gonna I'll put this under my microscope. So and I'll show you that one, so you can see the tear under the microscope. I mean, I can't see whether it's split the cores or not without cutting it, but it's definitely damaged. I'm tempted just to, you know, to cut this plug and see what happens, and just see where these cables are connected to if I can. I mean, it's knackered anyway. Why not? So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll continue recording whilst I do it. But what I might do, if it takes too long or it doesn't work, is I'll just I'll cut away to save you having to watch me slice my fingers off. No, so it's just save you having to watch me the boring bits. I don't know, maybe I should put that as a feature. You know, do you want to watch me or listen to me yap and watch the boring bits? So, here we go. I mean, it's only a soft rubber. That's that bit off, or thereabouts. So I don't want to cut that bit off because I might be able to use that as a bit of leverage to get the rest of it off. So, oh, there you go. Right, okay. So that's one bit off, and then it turns into a moulded plug. Groovy. So I'm tempted, I don't know whether just to cut it there. I mean, it's got, I mean, I'm assuming those wires go all the way down. They probably do, don't they? It makes sense that they do. And I can't get that off, I don't think, without damaging it. That's just a pair of pliers, not going to do much for them. Let's try let's try these snips. It's not showing me anything yet. Yeah, well, it's quite tough to get off, to be honest. It's just moulded plastic. Trying to just sort of nibble bits off it, and okay, so we're getting somewhere now, I think. Let's move that, try and focus that a bit for you if possible. I don't think this is going to tell me anything anyway, to be fair. No, right, anyway, okay. Enough of that. What I'm going to do is, I want to give myself enough cable that I can solder back onto this. I'm not going to get it all the way down, but like I said, it just seems to cut to the other one anyway. So, if I pull this back through, make this wide enough, maybe I can pass that through like that, which will then give me a chance to pull, if I can, pull this down. There you go. Which should give me absolutely oodles to play with. Right, it's definitely dead now. Well, it was before because I destroyed the plug. So, let's put them down to one side for a moment and just move that. I'm just going to move my my fan over a bit, and what I'm going to do is just heat the ends up of these with the soldering iron. And do the same on this one. I've got a fan on that's blowing at the moment. Maybe I should put a bit of solder on that. It's just got a bit of a bubble. And then I can run this through the bubble and let it heat and sort of burn away any of the coverings. Now hopefully by doing that I should be able to put a meter across it and just see whether I get a signal, because otherwise I might have to replace the wire in this, because it's this stupid strandy stuff. Let's see. So I'll put that on there like so. Yeah. Right. Okie dokie. So then, let's set the end off this. This is reasonably long. So what I am going to do is cut. I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a length, so like that. And then I can use that bit for something else. It'll come in useful for something, I'm sure. So, and let's strip this cable. Let's see how many we've got. We have 4, which isn't a surprise, to be honest. So let's strip the end of this, because I'll have to map now. That was garbage. That's a bit better. I'll have to map these pins. I'll try and do it with my side cutters, but because they're just a little too small for the actual wire strippers. So wire cutters, side cutters aren't the best, but there we go. That seems to have done it. So whilst I've got this in and the iron's on, I'll just tin these. So I'm going to pop it in my, I don't know if you can see that, pop it in my multi-arm thing, and then I'll just throw some, sorry it's a bit, it's not very good, is it? Right, so just put some solder on the end of these, just tin them, groove it, and then I need to figure out a way of feeding this through this. Maybe I should have done that first. I hope you win some, you lose some. I mean, like I've said on all these videos, this isn't the best way to do stuff. I'm a complete novice and amateur, making this stuff up as I go along. So I'm going to put a knot back in it. My other idea was just to put a cable tie around it, but that might work like that. So what I need to do now is just map these wires to the pins on the other side, which again I'll do off camera because it's a bit boring. I should turn that fan off. It's a bit boring, so I'll just get that mapped out and then we'll come back and I'll get this soldered back up. Hello and welcome back. So I've mapped out the pins and I'm going to get ready to solder them. So what I'm going to do is just try and utilise these tweezers. I appreciate it's a funny angle. I'm trying to do this at the same time under the microscope. It's not that I can't see that, I just want to try and help show you. So I'm just going to try and come at this at a funny angle and watch two things at once. So there's one. So look at my little diagram again. Try and go for this. Try and go for the black wire now. I'm not sure how I'm going to save this. How I'm going to get this without melting anything. Again, trying to look through the microscope and on the screen at the same time. Right, that's gone on, that's not perfect, but I can tidy that up in a moment. So looking at the diagram again, the next one is green. So in fact I'll just clean the tip of my iron. In fact I'll move that helping hands out the way because I don't need that bit. Right, so we'll try again for green. I'll just have to alter the microscope a wee bit. Say green? Yes, so it is green. So move red out of the way. It's really difficult trying to film because I'm used to having obviously a lot more access than I've currently got with the lights and the scope and microphone in the way. Right, so let's try and get that wrong one. Must be the one next to it. And that one's took. So now just the red one, which according to this one should be this. So that's taken. It's not pretty by any stretch, but I will, if this works, I'll go over it when I'm not filming just to check it's okay. But they look to have taken for the moment. So what I can do, hopefully now, is test this. Now I'm not going to be able to test this on camera because I haven't got anything up in the workshop that I can test it with. So I'm just going to disappear off, find something to test this with, and I'll be back. Hello and welcome back. So yep, that appeared to work, and I'm wondering whether I can try and play this for you. So what I'm going to do is play the footage from the previous one so you can hear it. Just give me a second. Hello, so welcome back. Okay, so what I've done so far is I've just quickly unsoldered these things. So there you go, that's one side of the speakers are working. So what I'm going to do is attempt to sort of put this this speaker on this side now, and then I'll put all the wires kind of back in. I don't know whether to shorten these or not, or leave them keep them long. I'll probably shorten them, to be honest, because they don't need to be much, and then they're only going on kind of that side like that. So I'll shorten these, put it all together. Now I haven't tested the microphone yet because I've got nothing in the workshop that I can test it with. My phone is in another part, so I'll grab that shortly. But I'm reasonably confident that it'll work, to be fair. So I'm gonna shorten these, solder it, and put it back together. And then what I'll do is I'll tidy the soldering off camera. What I'll do is I'll just put it back on my microscope so you can see it. Yeah, I'll tidy all the diabolical soldering up just off camera, and when I've got a bit more room to do it. But yeah, that seemed to work, so I'm quite happy about that. So what I'll do is I'll get this soldered, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap it up. Hello and welcome back. So I've put these back together now, and I can confirm that the speakers at least are both working. Now I'm not sure whether the left and right channels are going to be working properly. That's something I'm not sure about, but I'm pretty confident that the sound coming out of the both of them at once, so I'm pretty confident they're working. Haven't tested the microphone yet, but again, I'm pretty confident that's going to work. And I did notice when I had it under the microscope again, there was a little chip just on the circuit board. If I've got the footage for the microscope, I'll put that in the corner. But I think that's I'm wondering whether this is like an Electret. I think it's called an Electret microphone. And that needs a little bit of power to run, so I'm wondering whether that had something to, something in it. But at the moment, it's working at least, so I'm going to go and give these a proper test. But it proves that, for a cable, I think it cost me £1.90 something. Again, I'll put the listing in the corner, so you can find out where I got it from. eBay, a company called Kenables. Now I've purchased them from these before, and they're quite good. Seems a quality cable, so quite happy with that. And it means that these can continue to be used rather than being disposed of and some new ones purchased. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Appreciate it was only small and relatively straightforward. But again, if anyone's watching this, hopefully it'll help you restore your old headphones. Well, I hope you have a great day or a great evening wherever you are. Like and subscribe and click the little bell icon and you'll get notifications for when I do more uploads. Take care.